Okay, guys, how you doing? So I'm going to talk a little bit about Blind Frog Ranch, the TV show. I mean, I don't recommend these things that often. They are interesting to watch. If you know a lot about this, you'll start chuckling and laughing at the nonsense they say. But sometimes there's little tidbits of information that are like little golden nuggets of greatness. This episode is Season 3, Episode 5, Into the Mormon Eye. And this is Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch. So basically, they've heard this story that there is supposed to be a cave. And when you go into the cave, you'll find an eye at the back of the cave. And you put your back to the eye and look out the cave, and then you will see the entrance to one of these lost mines or something that's been hidden by the Mormons. And they claim to have found this in old like Mormon what do you call them? Journals. People used to keep journals. But they found these in 150-year-old Mormon journals, and like they talk about all this stuff about these Mormon eyes and the secret treasures that the Rhodes family knew about. And this is the gold to help finance the Mormon church at first, because the Native Americans let them have some of this gold at first because they were helping the Native Americans. And the Native Americans didn't give a crap about gold, and the Mormons did. And they got along, so they helped the Mormons, and they let the Rhodes family know where one of these little areas was where they could get some gold. And this is supposed to tie into all this. And like I said, they're supposed to be looking for a cave with an eye in the back. So this is this episode, and now it's called Into the Mormon Eye. First of all, I'd like to say that I totally disagree with it being the Mormon eye. Even though the eye is on all the Mormon churches instead of crosses, it's like an all-seeing eye. But that is the eye of Moroni, the angel Moroni. It's not the Mormon eye, it's the Moroni eye. But they're looking for the eye in this cave. So I want you to watch this so I can show you how they like mislead people. And then I'll show you what they're really looking for that's really secret. But this is what they're looking for quickly. Now if you notice right here, this whole thing looks sort of like a face. And like these could be eyes. That's not what they're looking for, but this is where they're going now. I can't show you all this. I'll show you a little bit more, but he cannot get into this one whatsoever. It's impossible for him to get into it the way he's doing it. So they don't even get into that one. They climb into this one. There's no eye in here at all. So then they go, oh, wait a minute. This is the Mormon eye. So then they look out this way, and then they do find like an old buried mine a couple miles away from where this is. But that's not what they were looking for. They were very specific in the journal. They were looking for a cave. These are not caves. These are little indentations in the frickin' mountainside. They don't go in there. They're not a cave. And there is absolutely no eye carved in the back of this cave. So they tell the whole audience now the whole audience who watches this propaganda show is going to believe that this is the Mormon eye, or the Moroni eye, I'm sorry. And that they found, as they really did, they follow from here out, and they find a buried over mine that was covered over hundreds of years ago. They're absolutely correct, that's what it is. It's on BLM land. They're never going to be able to dig in it. Even them moving the rocks that they moved already was illegal, and they did it on the show. But they don't care because they're part of the show and the propaganda, so they won't get in trouble. But they're not allowed to dig there. They're just misleading you. What they're really looking for, there's a man named Terry Carter. I do not agree with everything he says at all, but he has some very interesting videos. And a series of them are about the, what do they call them? The mystery glyphs of the Western United States. You can look this up. People have been finding these weird glyphs and carvings all over rocks, all over weird areas in the deserts. And there's a series of them. One's a Jesse James glyph. There's other glyphs from other cultures. And then there's big panels of glyphs from people from a couple hundred. There's lots of weird things out there. And so what they're looking for, when they say they're looking for the Mormon eye, it's not the Mormon eye. It is the eye of Moroni. It's very different. Moroni is the angel that started all this religion in the first place, supposedly, who came to Joseph Smith. But this is what they're looking for. This is one of the mystery glyphs. The Moroni eye. The Mormon eye, whatever you want to call it. See, the Moroni, Moroni, morning star. It's like Moroni morning star. The church knows all about these weird connections, and they hide them because they don't know what it means. They don't know if they're really looking and worshiping Jesus or Lucifer or some other angel named Moroni. So they don't even like to talk about this stuff, and it's all secret in their journals. But it is concerning a huge golden treasure from the Aztecs and lots of stuff. So they keep looking. I'm going to stop here. There are probably 6 or 7 of these known to the public. I'll be very careful. I know what those symbols mean, and I know where they lead. And this show is lying to you to mislead you. Just like the Skinwalker Ranch show, they put in a little bit of truth, and then they cover it up with a bunch of nonsense to make you not understand. I'm putting these videos out to let the people who know what's really going on, I'm doing it so they know I know too. So that's why I'm being a little cryptic here, and I'm warning you. You can, if you find a cave, you can find an eye, and you can look out and you can find something. But if you go there, there's something that will kill you. I've told you this on the Terry Carter's page, that this stuff is guarded by ancient technology, and we call some of them UFOs and skinwalkers. And this stuff is guarding this for this Quetzalcoatl Moroni character. And this is one of this character's ancient symbols. You know, almost like a Superman symbol from a long, long time ago. I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's what it really is. This show is propaganda, but they did show you something. They do tell you some things in here that are nuggets of truth and very interesting. But the rest of the show is stupid. I wouldn't even watch it go ahead and watch it, but don't believe anything these idiots say. Let's see what else there's on here. Look at that idiot.
Gopher Chad, you okay?
With that overhang ledge, we're trying to get over here. We swing.
Yep, couldn't get in. So we just made up our own Mormon eye, saying it's the whole mountain. Alright, just remember guys, if you see this out in the desert, look around, because this is very important, but I'm warning you that this stuff is really guarded by ancient lost technology, and it will kill you. And this is why they talk about skinwalkers and hitchhikers and following you home and terrorizing you. Sounds crazy, but it's not made up. Alright, until next time, I'll find some more nonsense like this and I'll start pointing it out to you guys and telling you what they're really talking about. Alright, until next time, peace.